Welcome to Us versus Movies. I'm your host tonight, Dustin. I'm my co-host, Kevin.
Hi, how's it going, Dustin?
Listeners. It's fucking going. Yep. World keeps turning. Kevin's freaking depressing movies.
Yeah, it's kind of non-stop, actually.
Non-stop. The world burns and we yearns.
What? Like Wii U or
movies? I don't fucking know. It just did rhyme-ish. So we are talking about El Hoyo.
The Hole.
The Hole, or in English, La Plataforma. Oh wait, that was Spanish too. That's the direct translation to the platform, which is not a literal English translation to the hole, which is what it is. It was intentional, Kevin. I'm not an actual idiot. I set all that up for myself. Distributed by Netflix, 2019 film. Fucking probably rated R or mature or whatever the fuck they do. I did find it interesting that it's called The Platform in English. The translation is The Hole, and then those don't translate. So, but
Man,
hey,
yeah, dude, it's just El Hoyo in fucking Spanish, and it's The Hole. That's what that translates to. And there's already a movie called The Hole over here, so I assume they were just like platform.
I checked on this beforehand. El Hoyo.
El Hoyo.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm going to refer to it as La Plataforma for the rest of the podcast.
That's excruciating. It's just a platform if you're looking for it on Netflix. Because people are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking
people
about?
are. It's apparently gained a lot of traction in our COVID era fucking lives. Everyone's just like, let me see what the future holds for me. All right. That sucks. So, what else do we need to mention, Kevin? I mean, it's a Spanish film, so it has subtitles.
It's dubbed too, which is atrocious. And I realized it was when I was like, what the hell? And I look at the film and I was like, oh no, I can't watch this.
Oh, I must have different settings on my Netflix because it instantly played in Spanish, and I had no idea there was a dubbed version. That sounds.
Well, most people can't do two things at once.
Well, I feel sorry for anyone who watched it in dubbed. But subs over dubs, everyone. Hashtag. Let's kick this off, Kevin. It's a science fiction horror film directed by Gadler. That's all of his name I'm gonna say. If I remember correctly, it opens on an eyeball.
That's what we call an extreme close-up in the biz.
It's a very extreme close-up. I was just like, someone has beautiful eyes. Oh, it's on that guy.
Not a lot of eyelashes though. He needs to shout those out, you know.
I think it was a stunt eye. So to be quite honest,
stunt eye.
I think it was a stunt eye. It was so close you couldn't see any other details.
No, you could, dude. That was just a really extreme close-up. I don't think that was a stunt eye. This movie is not stunting any eyes, all right?
I think it is. I think it's a stunt eye. I think it was the director's eye.
What?
He was like, zoom the fuck in on my fucking eye. Real quick before we jump in this. Kevin complains about some of the movies I pick. Fair enough. But at least we always have a romp. I got to the end of this movie, and I was like, how am I supposed to make a fucking dick joke about this depressing mess of shit here? There's no room for dick jokes. None.
Everything's not a dick joke, all right, man? Everything's not
around here, joke. Kevin.
Sometimes you just need something real sombering, just kind of look at you it's almost like a mirror. This movie just holds a mirror up to the world, and you're like, yeah, man, I get it.
We're fucked.
Hashtag no future.
Hashtag no future. We're on level 200.
Has and the have-nots, class 4. I get it. God. How are we going to make this? You start doing a lot of reflecting after the movie, going, ain't nothing I can do. We're fucked.
We are fucked. So, I believe we anyway, we wake up with our main character, Gornig, is I'm gonna try to pronounce it, which is fried, right, Kevin?
Yeah, it translates into fried.
Yeah,
Like
I found a cheat sheet showing what all their names actually
like
translate to. So
like Indonesian, Malaysian, Singapore,
yeah.
that kind of.
So his name needs fried. He's on level 48 or number 48, and he's greeted by I want to say a frightening old man, but he's definitely a frightening old man. Like if I
don't
woke
think.
up with this frightening old man next to in my like same cell, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Listen, all right, let's set the stage a little bit better. So once you push out from the eye, you see that they're in this massive, thick concrete cell. It's got probably about 12 windows, little small things where the sources of light are coming in. There's two like concrete bunks or basically like beds to the wall, which I thought were solid, but later on they weren't. But whatever.
Yeah, I think that changed.
I think it might have changed, or either that or they were just colored as the walls are, like that dark gray. And then there's a massive hole that basically separates the room. There's a toilet and a sink, mirror with basic toiletries there. And they're all wearing these almost prison type garbs, really, pants, shirt, little like Tom slip-ons. Like that's about it. Nothing really else in the room except for the hole that goes down and the hole that goes up, depending on what floor you're on. So it's just this just picture like a massive tower.
Yeah.
And look up, that's all you see. Look down, that's all you see. There's people above you and there's people below you, of course, depending where you're at. And there's nothing but a number etched into the wall of we'll call it a cell. And that's where our protagonist wakes up. He's in number 48. And as Dustin was saying, you got a celly. There's two
celly.
There's two per, and you wake up and you're discombobulated. But we have our elderly gentleman. I don't really think he's creepy. He was putting on an act of kind of just being real.
Yeah, he does creepy acting. I'm not saying like I'd be like, that's a creepy old guy.
No,
but it was more of his performance was very creepy at times.
It's it matched what he needed to do or his role in the story, which I thought he did a fantastic job, because he's kind of like this exposition dump, but it's very
there's a couple of those.
There's a couple of those because you're literally it does one of the things I like in film, by keeping to one location and like with minimal characters. I've seen it where it's just one spot with two characters, and to me that's super hard to do and stay interesting and have a time of 90 minutes. But he does a great job of just basically taking our friend and kind of giving him a little bit vague rules to what's going on.
Yeah, so I mean our main guy, Fried, he is just kind of very inquisitive. This is his first day. You come to find out he has volunteered for this. He wants to quit smoking and read Don Quixote. Those are what brings him here. And he's gonna, when he leaves, he gets a doctorate, or not doctorate, a accreditation. Basically, he gets a diploma.
Yeah, basically, like you did it. Now you're basically you're going to interact and engage with society and be a standing member, and you're a-okay. It's the tower's kind of dubbed the vertical self-management center. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna manage your way self to a better you, because
yeah. So that's kind of his thing, and then his cellmate, as Kevin said, is kind of explaining the rules. He's looking at the edge. He's just like, he goes to talk to the people below. He's just like, don't talk to them. He's like, they're below us. And he's just like, well, if I talk to the people above, he's like, they're not going to talk to you. You're below them. And just kind of gives you this instant societal metaphor of the people below people, or people above people below you in life. And he has this little mannerism of saying obviously after everything. And so he starts saying, he's like,
which works. It's like a character trait for him,
sure,
like, because he's just like, everything, it's obvious. How is this not obvious to you? And everything, it's obvious. How do you not get this? It's like, they're above you. They're below you. You're in the middle. This is just how it is, obviously. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
I've been awake for like 2 minutes. This ain't obvious to shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Everything's, new and different to our main character, and he's and then I think, they talk for a little bit more. He gets, more details, and most of them Kevin already explained. And then here comes the platform. And he's like, watch out, careful. And then the platform just like woo, comes down, lands. And here's this. Oh, I think at some point we also see a bunch of people making food.
So that's actually that's kind of actually what it starts up on is there's a bunch of like culinary just artists and chefs and stuff, and they're making all these exquisite meals, and from pastries to savories to just lobster, escargot, anything that's real bougie and just great fresh fruit, all this stuff, and it's piled on this massive, just almost like biblical block that can just it's controlled by, I assume, sort of magic, gravity, or story, and all the food's piled on it, and it lowers from level to level within like it seems to me like 5-minute intervals.
I think it depended on how much dialogue needed to pass and what happened.
Well, I mean, for the rules of kind of what's going on, like if you back out and look at everything, it's like a fixed amount of time, right? So I think this would be better to do it like this. So to give you the rules of the room in a way, because that's what the old man does kind of throughout his first.
Well, yeah, I was gonna get the tray down there and then go over the rules, because I think that's when the most rules happen. But yeah, so we do the eye thing, but then we also do the culinary thing, and there's this one like kind of, I wouldn't even call him the head chef. I guess the head chef. And he's going around and he's checking the quality.
He's the inspector, man. Like,
he's just doing it all by smell. He's not touching. He's not tasting. It's all done by smell.
He's inspecting the meat. He's inspecting like the plating, everything. This is like a fucking 5 Michelin star. You know what I mean? This guy is like upper echelon culinary, just Nazi, if you will.
Yeah. And so the platform lowers. The old man, he goes and he throws his pillow down. He gets ready to kneel down in front of the table. And, here's our main character. He's just like, what the fuck is this? He's like, that's, someone's already eaten that food. Like, why are you eating it? And he's just like, we get the leftovers of everyone above us. This is what's left. He's like, don't complain, because level 48 is a pretty good level. He was like, I've been as low as 117. Trust me, no food gets down there. So, and then Kevin, take it away. What are the rules after that?
Well, so yeah, Fried's like, hey, what? And like the food's been ravaged and stuff, but it's still like, he's like, you're literally picking through scraps, right? And he's already said 48. And Fried's inquiring, he's like, well, how many floors are there? And the old man's like, there's 179. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I've seen it. Or I think he says 132 actually.
Yeah, 132 is what he says. He's like, that's the lowest I've gone.
And yeah, that's the lowest he's gone. And he's like, you don't want to go that low. Look where we're at. This is great. And he's like, what? So Fry's kind of bewildered. He doesn't partake in any of the food. And this scene's it's really great because you've already seen the food at this like prestigious level in a way. And now it's just literally like dumpster divings, just there's some small things, like it's all in this fancy china and this glassware. And to see him pick through it and just start like running it through his teeth, he's pretty disgusting. But you're not there yet, right? The old man's seen shit. He's done dirt, so he's
supposed to be very shy. Like at this point we're with Fried,
right?
Like,
right.
This is repulsive. How can you fucking eat like this? This is inhumane to eat like this. Like you don't even know who's touched that before you. You know. I mean, so
if you're a germaphobe, you got no chance.
You may as well just ride the platform, okay? So
well, some people do without the platform.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Ride the platform.
Yeah. So basically, the idea of it, the food it's initially filled at the top, gradually descends. You got a fixed amount of time to either hog out or whatever, and if you don't, it goes on to the next person. You can see the next person down there, and there you can see them eating because it's probably like maybe like 20 feet down to the next one, possibly from.
I mean, they said like. I think he said it was like 7 meters.
So yeah,
it's like, I don't know. You know, we have the Lord's measuring the good King's measuring system, or the Lord's too. He's like,
I don't got nothing to do with
he's
that.
like, here's my 12-inch dick. Fucking measure to that, motherfuckers. They're just like, oh,
they're just like, what? I don't practice
Jesus
that.
Lord. He was just like, I'd say, well, I was Lord of.
He's like, Jesus the Lord, get it straight, dude. I shall bequeath thee my wiener.
He's like, no, I'm just some dude named Lord. So no E at the end.
I'm not listening then. Boop boop boop.
But yeah, so it's not like you could drop down there, but it would be.
I don't think you could because like the hole is flush. So unless you kind of jump to the side and don't crack your head going down, or maybe you lower yourself and swing, you're gonna get probably a little fucked up.
Yeah, it's designed not to discourage you from trying.
You're gonna risk it for the biscuit. If you fucking miss, you're fucked. And what's the benefit of going lower is basically what this social allegory is for our whole system of the haves and the have-nots, right? Yeah. So our boy Fried grabs an apple, and the dude's like, "Hey, better eat, bro," because from what you can tell, there's really no sense of time. So the characters do their best to create it, and the second he puts the apple in there, the room starts getting real fucking hot because the
platform leaves, and the old man just kind of looks at him like, okay, we'll learn the hard way. Yeah, and then the room starts to get hot, and he's like, "This is your fault." And he's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's just like, "You can't keep the food. Like, once the platform leaves, you have to get everything out." And we also need to talk about the fact that the old man, as the platform's leaving, he also just takes a moment to spit on the food as it goes down. And he's just like, "Gross, man, why are you fucking doing it?" He's like, "Because they probably did it above me." And he's just like, "What the fuck? What the fuck logic is that?" And that becomes one of the old man's staples, as he every time takes a moment to spit on the platform as it's leaving. So
the old man's he's real dog eat dog. Like, given the opportunity to any edge that he has over his fellow man, he's taking it and he's gonna crush him with it. He doesn't give a fuck. It's happened to him, but he's happened to be stronger than those situations. So anytime he gets a fucking inch, he just goes bananas with it. Which is a lot of people. So once he realizes the apple is the cause of it, he throws the apple down back on the tray, and then the room balances off. Because you're either going to get extreme heat, and you later find out you're going to get extreme cold. He's like, it's either going to fucking sweat your nuts off and kill you, or it's going to freeze your nuts off and kill you. Basically, your nuts are in danger 24/7.
24/7 in the hole. So, and then the old man says, he's like, okay, that's which we should probably say his name too. It's
you're gonna fuck it up.
Trimagasi, which is thank you in Indonesian language, which is interesting. But why would I fuck up Trimagasi? It's pretty easy. I mean, they're probably pronouncing, probably emphasizing on the wrong letters and stuff, but Trimagasi, I mean, I'm getting it all in there, and it's fine. It's better than my usual attempts. Thank you very much.
Are you talking to me, or are you just kind of like on a
everyone? Fucking everyone.
You're on a soapbox right now.
I am, goddamn it. So he's like, hey, he's like, talking wears me out. I'm done. He's like, you're not giving any information, so I'm not going to give you any information. He's like, if you want information, you got to give me information. And
the next time he does, the dinner bell goes off, and their dinner bell is this light that turns from red to green.
Yeah. He's just like, I gave you the information, now tell me something.
Yeah.
And then,
hey, you bastard, the fucking light changed, now tell me something. And he was like, oh, well, he got me there. And I assume it's like the next day, 12 hours later, because there's a lot of there's not a lot of dead time. Like, there's a lot of staring at walls and kind of leaning in beds and kind of real prison life, with just no yard time. So I assume only once a day, because that's why there's so much value in it. And the characters express that later on. Hey, you ate yesterday, so shut up.
Yeah. So Fried, he starts reading his book, he kind of pumps him up for more information, and he establishes why he's there to read Don Quixote and quit smoking, and then he's gonna get the diploma after he gets out, and the guy's just like, fuck, I should get 2 diplomas for being in here, he's like, I'm close on finishing 12 months, and he's just like, what the fuck, like, why are you in here? And he's just like, he kind of skirts it at first, and then later on he does tell him, but and then they just kind of start establishing this, like, I don't know, I'd call it like almost like a rhythm, Kevin. We kind of go a little montagey. We start to see Fried kind of give in and eat more because it's just been enough time where he's kind of hungry. But he's also doing other things. He's doing exercises to stay fit, and he's reading to thank you, and they do establish a rapport, and then like they're doing naked stretches. I was just like, and the old guy above them's like peeping. He's like, "Ooh, what do we got going on down here?" So little Don Quixote and a little Dick Cody, I see. Mm-hmm.
So the guys are they're kind of bonding in this like terrible situation, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little, hey man, I'm kind of telling you how this is kind of how you need to be in this environment to survive. And they're kind of, when they're in the middle of them bonding, he's just kind of pestering him. He's like, hey man, why are you in here? Like, what caused it?
Yeah.
And then he slowly begins to tell him. The old man tells him, he's like, hey, you ever see those commercials where they're just like, using those super knives like the samurai to chop this and chop tomatoes and chop that? And he's like, yeah, man. And
you can even chop a brick.
Yeah. He's like, I totally get it. So he's just like, the old man's totally infatuated with the knife. He just loves the idea of it, everything that it represents, all this great stuff, right? And then he orders a knife and stuff, and then he sees like another commercial. So there's like these info commercials, and it's
a better knife.
It's a better knife.
It's a self-sharpening knife.
The more it cuts, the sharper it gets. And I was like, dude, I totally remember these back in the day. Yeah. And
so you don't have to cut the brick.
You don't have to cut the brick.
If you cut the brick, it'll actually make the knife better.
And it's perfect because like everything just represents our society and what they're doing from the consuming, and they're always trying to sell you something, right? Yeah. And then they are. He's the perfect example. They sold him something, and now they're selling you something else to make your life easier, to make it better. But it's never going to really be better. You just keep buying and consuming and feeding and eating, right? Just all the bullshit in the world and in life. And the old man snaps. He takes the TV and he throws it out of his fucking window, and it accidentally hits a guy, kills him.
Yeah, and he makes a point to point out that it is an illegal immigrant.
Right.
When he asks a somewhat interesting question to Fried, he's like, now, is it my fault that the TV killed him? He's like, because he shouldn't have even been in the country. Yeah. And you're just like, oh, okay, that's like a real skewed way. And then at this point, this is when Fried is kind of just like, okay, you're a monster. No, you killed them, man. That's on you. You killed him. You threw your TV out the window and killed someone. It doesn't matter if they were, an immigrant or a legal immigrant or not, So, that kind of like puts this little distance between them for a while, but then the montage goes on. They continue to bond. And there's also an important part when they first meet where Fried is walking around and he walks over to Thank You's side of the cell, and he's just like, I'd prefer if you stay on your side. And he's just like, oh, okay, I thought it was that's where the beds were, but okay. And then eventually you kind of see them just kind of interacting and moving and blending together more. Like this line that was there, this invisible line, is now dissipated. They're freely traveling around with each other.
The trust has grown, and the old man's just like, hey, be careful. And then we see the platform, and it snaps back up to the top.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, everything that's happening, and the way the environment changes, it kind of slowly, it just repeats itself constantly until you get to the point one night they're laying there, and Fried's like to the old man, he's like, he looks over, he's like, they're both not sleeping, because I mean, how could you sleep in this atrocious environment? And the old man's like, you smell the gas. And he's like,
oh, wait, hold on. You forgot a part real quick, though, before we get to that. The woman. One day, a woman comes down on the platform.
And yeah, she's sitting in almost like almost a fetal position ish, kind of like her. Well, she's just holding her knees actually.
Yeah. I actually know what her.
And the old man's just eating around her, and then Fry's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he's like, "Whoa, we gotta help her. Like, what is she doing here?" And he's just like, "Don't mind her. Like, every month she rides it down. She's looking for her kid. Just ignore her." And he's just like, "What? No, like, we should help her. There shouldn't be a kid. Like, she needs her kid. Like, why is she in here? Like, he's just all just like, what the fuck? Like, we gotta help this person." And
note to the woman, she doesn't look like she needs help. She looks like she's a fucking bomb about to go off. She's not in a damsel mode at all. And she's just kind of sitting there. She's just calm like a bomb. And you're like, miss? You okay right now?
And Fried backs off after the old man tells him, he's like, "Don't worry, she probably killed her cellmate before she came down. She usually kills her cellmate and then rides the platform down once a month." And you're just like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Well, it's kind of not, because before that, before they're trying to get bonding going on, when they're walking around and kind of just building their rapport, this body just falls and snaps claps the side of the hole, and Fry's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And like blood flies on him. Old dude just no sells it. He's just like, "That's just how it is in the hole, bro." Yeah. And he's like, "You got some blood on your face." And of course, back to the old guy, the item he got to choose. Well, why Fry bought Don Quixote, he brought the samurai 2000 plus knife that always stays sharp. So the old man is kind of has this ace up his sleeve where you want to like him and trust him because he's the only one kind of putting Fry on to what's going on. But he's also everyone just has this unsettling nature about them.
I quickly realized that Fried was an anomaly in this situation, that the rest of these people, and one thing we didn't cover when he killed that person, so he was given the choice of going to a psychiatric ward or doing a year in the hole, and he chose the hole over the psychiatric ward. Yeah, which is like pretty fucking crazy. Like, you're just like, I would have done the psychiatric ward, but whatever. So it's just you learn from that and from the way other people act that most people don't really choose to be here in the sense that their other option was worse. But Fried has straight up just chosen to be here. And I think I think we'll get there. But so the woman, she rides down to the next level, and Fried is very concerned. He's looking, and the two men down there, they jump her instantly. And he's just like, "We gotta get someone to help her." And he's just like, the old man's just like, "No, don't even." But he's like, "They'll just keep her for a couple days. It'll be fine." Nope.
Yeah, they snatch her off the table like bad things are about to happen. Yeah. And like she's just swooped up. You hear some tussling. Fry is concerned. Old dude still just like, "I give no fucks because I'm hardened by the hole." Yeah. And
apparently it's a common thing. Either she kills, which is what she does, or they keep her for a few days, as they politely put rape, I guess.
I don't think I don't know if that's ever happened. Maybe once. She kills these two dudes in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. So, and then she's back on the platform, just covered in blood, looking up with a kind of, I want to say like a sinister grin at Fried. Like, it's not really like a...
It's more of like, that could have been you if you fuck with me. You fuck with me, you're next.
Like, she's just like, "Nah, don't worry, man. I got this. Knifey always wins."
So, I didn't even take that. I took like, this bitch is dangerous.
Yeah, she's dangerous. Don't fuck with her. And so these are kind of his opening experiences, and then and so he has his bonding, and then the old guy's like, "I've become quite fond of you. That smell, it's the gas, and we're gonna wake up on a different floor. For your sake, I hope we're still somewhere in the middle. It'll be better for both of us." And the guy's just like, "Huh?
What?
What?"
Basically,
like, every 30 Don Quixote.
Every 30 days, the gas comes in, knocks them all out, and they get repositioned. Yeah. So they stay as cellies for the most part unless something happens. Hence the reason the old man has had different cellmates before, and he's kind of he kind of leads on to later on why he's had so many different cellmates, because they wake up and they're in a different hole, or basically a different cell within the hole.
Yeah. And what are they on, Kevin? They're on like
171, dude.
Oh, yeah, 171. Yeah. And but before this, or like kind of in between this, so Fried wakes up, he's tied. He's been and Thanky's just like, you are a heavy sleeper. He's like, beneficial to me. Mm-hmm. And he's got him all just tied to his bed. And he kind of cuts this promo. He's like, I'm gonna call you a snail from now on. You're my little snail. Because it'll help me. He was like, I really connected with you, but this will help me disconnect from you. And like a snail, I'm going to cultivate you, because you have to, before you eat them, you have to clean them. And I thought I like this part because, it tied into his other part later on. But he's just sitting there. He's just like, it pains me to do this. I don't want to do this, but I'm forced to do this. And then he has a great response later on. But, and then I think this is the part where we flash back, right? Or is that?
I think this is the first time.
The first flashback.
Yeah, you kind of get to see where Fried's coming from.
Yeah, where he's like, he's smoking, he's applying. They're just like kind of asking him a few questions, and he's like, "So did I get accepted?" And they're like, "Not yet." And you're just like, "Oh, fucker applied for this shit."
Yeah, this older, she's probably middle-aged female. She's just kind of interviewing him for everything, and kind of, it's almost like this weird orientation application type of thing going on, where he's kind of like, I just guess he's plainly just signing up. My only thing here was kind of like, in this world that we're in, right, where they have the hole in the platform and all that stuff, like, what are people? Is there like a non-disclosure where you get out and be like, "Hey man, how was your rehab? I feel great. I ain't gonna touch a cigarette ever again. What else happened? I seen some shit, bro, and I can't even tell you because it'd make you claw your own fucking eyes out." You'd be like, "Wow," but no smoking though, right?
But no smoking. I got a feeling, Kevin, that
like, how do you even function after surviving this fucking thing?
I don't know if a lot of people make it out. I don't know if you actually can get out, if you really think about it, because
of course you can't, because it's basically the system, right? The world. You don't have a silver spoon in your mouth, so you're fucked. And it doesn't matter how high you get up on this echelon that the world presents, you're still not good enough, right? You're still underneath someone, and as long as you're underneath, as long as you're not one of the 1%ers that make the fucking world go round, you're a piece of shit. And this is always going to remind you of that. So anyone that you're above, you need to crush them and kill them and take every advantage that you can, because they're going to do it to you. Don't sleep. That's all this movie taught me. I'm never going to sleep. I'm never going to trust anyone. I'm just fucking...
Oh, great. This is a horrible movie. Kevin's just about to regress into an angry youth again.
This is fucking I really enjoyed how simple it was showing that to you as it went. I think a little bit later it kind of loses its way a little bit, but it kind of gets a little muddled, I think, in the third act. But I like the way it comes out at the end. But yeah, it's fuck, man. Real depressing.
Yeah. So Fried is tied to his bed. The old man is just saying, "I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna carve off little pieces of you. I'm gonna do my best not to mutilate you.
I want to keep you alive for as long as I can."
Yeah, but I have to do this. I have to do this, because if I don't do this, you'll do it to me. And he's like, "Dude, we can survive on water for 30 days. We can survive on water. Which is, it won't kill us. We can do it. We can survive." And he's like, "Maybe you, but I'm old. What if we get to a shittier, a deeper level next time?" Mm-hmm. He's like, "I'll be fucked, and you'll have the advantage on me." So,
dog eat dog through and through. This character stays true to himself the whole time. They were struggling at 132 a little bit. 171, you got no fucking hope.
You have no hope. And then the platform arrives for the first time, and he just looks at it's like they are picked clean. Like you couldn't even find garnish on these fucking things. It's
Broken
just
glass,
a platform
empty
full
dishes.
of broken glass and dishes and shit. And he just looks and he's just like, nope, nothing. He's like, we'll see about tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and he looks, and I think it's like day 3 or 4 or whatever.
I think it's like 8 days almost. Like they do it
where he kicks off the shit, where he's just like, nothing on here. He just kicks it off, and he's just like
starts doing a little shuffle on there. It sucks because Fried's he's very pitiful in this state.
Yeah.
Like you super feel for him. It's just kind of like,
oh yeah, he's just like, I went to sleep and I woke up fucked, like super fucked. This man who I made this relationship with, forced this relationship on, and it's a very interesting look at the human psyche, because it's like, when they were on 48, fucking Fried was, he was like, well, we should ration the food if there's people below, instantly he was like, we should ration the food if there's that many levels, and the food's just fucked up, we should ration the food. And he's just like, dude, no one's gonna do that. Like no one's gonna do that.
The old man is basically the hard world truth, right in his face. Where Fried's kind of like, man, he's got all these ideas. He just wants to kind of help everyone. Even the old man, he's like, hey, dude, you have a kind heart, man. That shit, it will change. I guarantee it.
And exactly. He's like, your heart will melt, and you'll fucking kill me.
Yeah, because the old man has seen it. Fried's kind of like the youthful, I got all these ideas and I want to change the planet, and I could do this, and if we just believe and shit. Come on, motherfucker. We just
believe and work together. But 8 days shows up, no fucking food. So and during this, the old man's asked Fried to read Don Quixote to him, and he reveals, he was like, you won't read it to me. I can't fucking read it. The words get all jumbled in my head and I get confused. He's like, so I'm gonna eat you now, because it's better. It's better for me. I won't have such a shaky hand, and I won't mutilate you as much. And Fried's like, I want you to know. And I thought this was a really good thing. He's like, I hold you responsible.
Yeah.
He was like, not the people above, not the people below.
The association or whatever they call it.
Oh yeah. The what is it called? Hold on, I had it like right here. Basically the management. He's like, I don't, or the administrators. I don't hold the administrators. Yeah, the administration responsible. You are doing this to me, and I hold you responsible. And without missing a beat, just staying true to himself, he's just like, look at that. There's not even a hint of malicious violence in your voice. You've come to accept it so much. And you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, damn, Fried just cut a good promo. But this old man was just like, see? I knew you'd come around. Like,
yeah, because he's old and jaded. And it's just another fucking allegory for the world, man. It's just, you're not a product of the system, right? You make your own choices. And that's what Fry's saying. He's like, it doesn't matter, dude. A gun against your head, your poverty, all these things, you can make these choices, and I blame you. I don't blame anything else around it. Fuck you. And the old man's like, sure enough, you don't get it yet. Yeah,
and it's a good like allegory for just like, prison and overpopulation of prisons and all that. Like this metaphor works on many levels. So, and so he just starts carving off Fried's leg, and I think this is when the platform comes down with the woman again.
He rips his pants and he rips the sheets and he slices starts cutting into his thigh.
Deep one. Yeah, like I was like, you just killed him. You just hit his artery.
No, it's not too deep.
The location was artery territory, so.
Yeah, but it's not too deep because you can see the way the blade is. It doesn't go.
Don't think the artery cares about that. You nick the artery, Kevin. You bleed out. You die.
He didn't, because the movie kept going, right? And
well, we could say the movie kept going, but the way he bled, that was artery town. Just saying, man. He fucking hit the artery instant. He was like, "Oops, never was good on the legs."
The platform lowers, and it's our friend again, the platform rider looking for her child, and she sees what's going down, And it's really kind of hard to tell if she's just this random wild card or she feels like, hey, that one moment you showed me compassion, and that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to pay it forward a little bit, like that movie with the kid in the big head. She jumps off that, and she just fucking just jacks the old dude, takes that fucking Samurai 5000, whammo, right in the throat, bitch. How you breathing now? Huh? You fucked. Stab you.
Yeah. And so the old man's is like, he's just bleeding out, and then she cuts Fried free, and she just spins that knife around, hands it to him. And what happens, Kevin?
And comes part of
what happens to his ideology?
He becomes another statistic. Dog eat dog. Thank you very much. I fucking will.
Yeah, so he
stabs the old man repeatedly, basically.
Yeah, over and over. And he was already dead. He was already bleeding out. I didn't even understand why she handed him the knife. I was just
that's not the point, dude. Like, dude.
I know.
If somebody did that shit to you, I'm like, hey man, you're free. That was the guy that did it, and he was going to kill you. Not only that, he was going to eat you. So
I'm
here's
just saying
knife.
that.
You're going to be over there
your ideology, or are you fucking gonna cave instantly?
Fuck, dude, you think about that when you haven't eaten, you're about to die, this old dude's going to eat you, he betrayed you. You're going to be like, hey, man, we'll get him next time.
I could go for some stabbing.
Yeah.
Fuck, some stabbing feels pretty good right now.
Anyone that says they wouldn't have done that is a bitch-ass liar. They're fucking lying. You just be like, I'm so amped up on fucking crazy right now, I was going to fucking die. This is the guy that's going to kill me. Fuck you.
If he hit my artery and I'm bleeding out, I might be worried
artery. No one gives a fuck. That wasn't even a part of the story, you asshole.
It wasn't part of the story, but it fucking happened, Kevin.
Your whole leg is not an artery, dude.
The movie didn't.
If you stab yourself with a pencil in the leg, you're like, artery. The dude.
Yes, I am. I'm a little concerned. I'm like, oh, gonna die. Gonna bleed out. Hit the artery.
God damn.
That is how it works.
Mr. Operation over here. Whole leg's an artery, bro.
Show, always artery.
Dude, you nick your leg.
Artery's dead.
You fucking nick your leg shaving. You think the artery is gonna just? You're like, yeah,
I wax my legs. I don't fucking shave.
I take it from the scrot to the knee. You know, I kind of get a smooth fucking release.
I have a clean house, sir. I have a clean house, top to bottom, clean house.
I don't know what that means, man. That sounds
scrot to knee. No, we do the whole thing, or we burn it all down, or we don't do it at all.
You sure you don't got the hairy calf socks going on?
Yeah, I just like the leg hair under the sock. It makes the sock more comfortable. All right,
like wearing two socks.
Yeah, wearing two socks.
See me in the wintertime. You won't with my two socks.
You won't. I got the long johns on and the socks on top of them. All right, I fucking come to do business. Anyway, yeah. So he kills him, and I think she take the knife. I think she takes the knife.
Yeah, dude, she takes that knife because it shows up a couple more times that she goes knifing.
And then she's on the platform. She's out of there, and he's left to kind of heal himself, and he eats some of the dude. Like, she tries to feed him some of the dude,
and he's like, "Fuck, bro, this is hard to do."
He's like, "Oh, it's all ravenous. It's not that easy, though." Whoa.
No, ravenous is because they got the power. You know, they fucking
stack me under a bunch of dead bodies, and I'll drink the blood. So
this was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna barf. And I'm glad he wasn't just like, nom nom, I got it, I get it, I get the rules now. He was like, nom nom, I'm gonna barf. This is fucking.
He was just like, no, oh god. So,
and I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know if you should at least try to pinch your nose or something.
He was just like, dude, my fucking arteries nicked. I'm trying not to bleed out here.
Hey, man,
that was just for you.
No, it's not. You're fine. It's just
You're fine. Walking off, pussy. He only mutilated you a little bit.
He only scuffed your knee, dude. Like, I fell off a bike. It got worse.
Did not scuff his knee. He took out a significant portion of flesh and was just like,
it wasn't that bad. He said the old dude was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna do fucking like fruit roll-up strips to keep it the longevity.
Yeah, did you see it? It wasn't a fruit roll-up. He should have eaten on day 7 instead of 8. So,
hey man, shaky hands.
I know, yeah. But yeah, so she's out of there. He's left to just kind of realize that
not die.
Yeah, not die, but realize that level 171 fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He ends up eating maggots off of the dude's head.
I like that part. So
I
like,
liked it a lot.
but when he got that one maggot and it kind of stuck and it was all gooey, I was like, come on, dude, grab a different one. Like,
you got more to pick from. And,
but dude,
you smell the gas coming. Pick a different one.
He was laying on his back, man, just like popping popcorn, like he was watching fucking Real Housewives or something. I was like, man, you've owned it, and I like it.
It's like Hotlanta is my favorite version, but I can do Beverly Hills.
But not twice. I hate when they marathonics and I get confused. I'm like, I've already seen this one. Then I'm like, this fucking DVR sucks.
Fuck, see, I thought she left last season. Who the fuck? What the fuck's going on here?
I want to watch Basketball Wives instead.
Yeah, that got canceled. You got Real Housewives ran over it, ran roughshod on it. Too many basketball players were like, stop fucking being on that show. Stop airing out our dirty fucking laundry. I can't cheat on you when you're fucking, on this TV show. People are watching me.
It's true.
But, he gets gassed and he wakes up on level number 7.
Hot damn, we're eating good tonight.
Hot damn. And there's a woman and she fucking knows his name. She knows his name.
She knows everything. Best line in the movie, she has a little dog because you can bring anything. She brought her little Wiener Schnitzel sausage dog. And he was like, why'd you bring a dog? He was
why'd you bring a dog here?
The way things go, he's going to be more sausage than dog. And I was like, boom, I'm eating that dog for sure. Eating it. Don't even matter. I don't care if I'm on level 2. Because I've gone crazy.
If I'm on level 2, I'm definitely eating it. I'm going to try to throw it up. One, throw this up. Have them cook it. Don't fuck with me.
Give a fuck if I got a job in the kitchen. I'm eating the dog because I'm just like, you know what? This place has made me fucking crazy. I'm crazy as shit.
Food all tastes the same.
Everything's dog to me.
Yeah. And she's just like, says the guy who brought Don Quixote. And she's like, no one's ever brought a book here before. And then we flash back out and we see that his interviewer was this woman.
Yep.
And she's asking him some questions and I love the angle and the way she just like perfectly hit those X's. Just like over and over and over. And there he is. He's just smoking. He's just smoking up a fucking storm. He's just like, and she's like, why do you want to be in? He's like, I want to quit smoking. I was just like, he needs to.
And I want to quit chain smoking and I want to quit listening to the chain smokers and I want to quit a whole bunch of shit. I'll start with those though first.
And I want to finish with like one fucking book, just like one in my life. And
it's great though because
Spanish, so I picked Don Quixote. And
there's a lot of ideology in that book as well that kind of runs parallel with his character, and which I thought was great because a lot of the other characters are always like, "Why the fuck you bring a book?" Which. Spoiler later on, someone brought a surfboard and I loved it. I was like,
someone brought a surfboard, someone brought a kiddie pool, someone brought a samurai sword. I was just like, damn.
The surfboard stole my heart because I was like, what in the fuck?
What were they thinking? They just sit there.
Was he just like,
no one's ever brought a book before? I'm like, say that to the surfboard guy.
She's like, I did. I was like, no one's ever brought a surfboard.
And then I sent him to hell.
Days of Summer, man. I can't stop watching. She's like, Point Break. He's like, have you ever seen it? She's like, I heard of it. He's like, you got to see it. It's got one of these in it.
Don't see the remake. See the original. Way more surfing. And I say that knowing there's not a lot of surfing in it.
So if I was like a ninja and I had one of these, what would you call me? She'd be like, an asshole. That's right.
Surf ninja. God damn it. Rob Schneider's fucking golden goose. Come on now.
Come on.
So and during the interview, we established that she did his interview, and he's just like, what the fuck? Why are you here? And she's like, no one, I think she even says like, no one applies for this place. Like you were like the first to apply and the first to get a book. So, and he's just like, yeah, and you're like the first to bring a dog. And so they get to talking, and the platform comes down. He hobbles over. He starts getting his food, and she starts preparing 2 plates. She's just like choosing things, putting it on 2 plates, and then she takes a little bit for herself. I think she feeds the dog a little bit too.
No, she does not
on the first day.
No, because
I know they rotate, but I thought on the first day she was like,
the dude's looking at her like, "What the fuck you doing?" And then at first I was like, "What the fuck you doing?" Like you're totally gonna like what? She's fixing plates. You don't got that much time. Like,
well, I thought at first I was like, are you gonna make a rookie mistake and try to keep the plates? He's gonna kick those fucking plates over. He's gonna kick those plates. Like, no, fucking not freezing or burning to death right now. My leg hurts. I'm not doing that shit.
He kept selling the leg, which I was very happy. Like,
yeah,
he goes to bend down, and then like, cause a lot of times in movies they're like, oh, I just took this, horrendous fucking damage in this wound and stuff, and then there's like next day they're like running. You're like, what the fuck, dude? You just got stabbed into apparently your arteries, and all of them, I think. Basically his whole leg was just shattered.
No, they would have blood out.
If Dustin was like the doctor,
you're gonna have to take it all off. Both legs. But doctor, this one hurts both of them.
Doctor, my son fell off his little bike and it scuffed his training wheels. Well, I'm Dr. Kabila. We got a fucking artery destroyed. She's like, what?
Fucking give me some separators and some gauze. Where's my sponge, goddammit?
Charge this lady for the number 6
bleeding out
leg artery package that she cannot afford.
She's like, oh, sounds like crippling debt. Oh, wait till you see the bill.
I got a hangnail, doctor. That artery is fucking on the line. We got to save her.
That artery's fucked.
You should just give you a medical show where you're just like arteries over everything.
Arteries everywhere. You're lucky to dismiss the artery. That'd be my other line. You're lucky to dismiss the artery.
And I'd be like, you're a vet.
Centimeters.
What the fuck do you know about arteries? God damn it, even animals have arteries.
I know where 17 fucking animals' arteries are, okay? And I can nick them all, right? I'll be like, watch it bleed out right in fucking front of you. You want this cat to live? And they're just like, oh, don't kill Fluffy. And I'm just, Fluffy's dead.
And I know where 32 animals are buried in the back behind my office because I let them die. Because it wasn't an artery and I didn't know how to heal it.
And I fucking start drinking. I'm like, let them die.
They haunt me every night. They're ghosts.
So you see Pet Cemetery? It's like that, only in my mind. They're
like they float around and they
like the remake, not the fucking original. It's even worse.
They're like a cat ghost and he has a cat litter box and it still smells like piss.
Piss everywhere. Cat piss here. Dog
ghost piss cat piss.
You ever been fucking haunted by ghost cat piss? It's fucking goddamn it, it's horrible.
Smell my breath. That's goat cat piss. Ghost. I'm saying ghost, not goat. There's goat piss over there. That's a real goat piss.
Goat cat piss. They're inbreeding or crossbreeding, whatever it is.
I came here for my hamster.
It's dead. Fuck. I hit an artery trying to get that grape out. They're just like, what? He was here for some shots. Well,
he died how he lived. Arteries
up my assistant's anus. They're like, oh god. So yeah, so she's
fixing two plates.
Fixing 2 plates, and he eats a little bit, and he's just kind of done. He's
kind of real defeated, actually. This is the lowest we've seen him. He's very sickly looking. He just looks real fucked up, and I guess this film was shot sequentially. So over time, that main actor did lose all of that weight to get real sick and shitty looking. Oh. Little fun fact for you, little bonus commentary, little DVD bullshit. What's a DVD?
Well, this isn't on one, so who knows?
Boo! Fuck your old media.
Fuck your fucking early 2000 bullshit media. You're old. If I can't stream it with commercials on the TikTok, I don't give a fuck. So the platform goes down, and she starts trying to talk to the guys below. She's like, if you could just eat the portions I laid out, it'll be enough for you, and then other people, and do the same for the next 2 people, so everyone's getting enough. Like, she's trying to make a positive change. How he was on his first day.
Yeah, so like, she kind of knows the rules, right? And which is really, it's very admirable, and you find out later why she's doing all of this, is she's like, there's enough food on here for all the levels. There's enough protein on here and stuff for you guys to sustain comfortably enough, right? You're not going to eat. Yeah. But, that's not how it is. 1%ers, man, you're up on that high upper echelon. You eat like a pig, and you don't give a fuck if you're just overflowing. Your tummy's all fat. You're just shitting 24/7. You don't care.
Yeah. Well, it's that whole, okay, sure, I can do that, but how can I trust everyone else will? You know, it becomes that whole thing of like, oh, well, sure, I could do it, but how do I fucking, I want to see proof that everyone else is going to do it type of thing.
Well, right. And also, it kind of says, like, if you've never had something and now you're getting it in excess, so what are you going to do? You're going to overindulge, right? And you're scared you're going to lose it because you could lose it at any minute, right? You got 30 days to kind of live the way you're living, and they'll take it away.
You got that clock, tick, tick, tock. Oh, I don't think they're on. Oh, no, they're on 33. Sorry. They don't wake up on, like, 7. It's, that's the next stint. But, yeah, so they're on, like, 33. So they're still getting a good amount of food and everything like that, though. And so she keeps trying, like, every day. She keeps making the portions. She eats every other day. The dog eats every other day.
And Fry's just like, he eats his shit and he fucks off, and he's just real mopey pants.
Yeah. And they talk, and eventually she's just like, you know why I'm here? He's like, how could you come here knowing what this place is? Like, you sent me here. She's like, hey, you fucking volunteered. And she's like, and then she pops her top. She's like, I have cancer. I'm going to die. And so I couldn't keep living with myself knowing how many people I sent to this hell.
Yeah, she's trying to make amends in her own way, right?
Yeah, she's like, they need a messiah. They need someone to save them and change the system.
Right. So, which kind of instills like this little seed of hope in him. It kind of changes his whole like demeanor, right? She's like, this is what I want to do. And he's like, damn, man, that's kind of admirable. That's almost the mentality I had before this place just fucking broke me like Bane. And then he's like, well, what about what's her fucking face that loves stabbing everybody? Yeah. And she's like, what are you talking about?
Here. She's like, no children are allowed in here.
And he's like, no one under 16 is allowed. And he was like, no, man, this crazy bitch, she just killed a bunch of motherfuckers. I've seen it.
Yeah. And she's just like, that woman wanted to be the Asian Marilyn Monroe. She came with no one, and she wanted to come out, and that's what she wanted to be and stuff. And you're just kind of like, oh, okay. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, but you did knowingly send a lot of people to hell. Is that your justification for yourself, or is that the truth? Like, what is it? So it discredits her. Yeah, it discredits the woman and why she's writing down. But it's like, even if she's crazy, why would you keep doing that? Like,
what I was thinking?
Once would be enough to be like, I'm never doing that again if you survived it. So.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I wonder if, like, how long has she been there? Was she pregnant when she showed up? And there's a small child, like, hidden somewhere in the... That's what I kind of thought. Like, she had the baby by herself and, like, killed her cellmate. I thought it would be some... Well, dude, I've seen crazier shit. So, like, maybe something like that, and then she was trying to protect it. I thought something like that was going to be, like, this magical hidden baby and shit, like a Triforce and Zelda. And, like, I found a fucking baby. This is more depressing.
This is somehow more depressing. Oh, because that was one thing the old man said. He's like, the reason she kills her cellmate is because if your cellmate dies, you get a new cellmate. So her hope is that she'll be paired with her child.
Right.
She's like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, hey, that's her journey.
Yeah, and so then our new character, she's just like, nah, she's just fucking crazy. And you're just like, that's a lot of shit to go through and do over and over and over again. Just because you're crazy. But hey, crazy is as crazy is. So
that's crazy does, dude. Crazy is as crazy does. You're like, crazy is crazy.
Crazy is as crazy is, Kevin.
Coming this summer. Fox.
They don't take TV. You have to alternative entertainment. That's what they look for now. So eventually he breaks because he's just like, motherfuckers. Like, I'm so tired of hearing her. And because they're jawing at her every day. They're just like, hey, shut the fuck up.
He's talking about the two guys below.
The two guys below. And he's just like, hey, fucking do what she says. Eat the portion she prepares. Prepare the other 2 portions. Or every day I'm going to shit on the food. I'm going to kick it around and mix it in so you will never know if you're not eating my shit.
Every grain of rice that's left on that, every fucking morsel is going to have my doo-doo in it because fuck you too. If I would jump down there and stab you to death, I fucking would. Fuck.
Yeah,
everyone shut up.
He's like, this shit fucking show is here and I'm going to fucking be the stage donkey. And they're just like, okay. That's real fucking gross. So I guess we'll do it.
Yeah.
And she's just like, look at that, or she's a little disappointed because she's like, I wanted them to just, you know, get there on their own instead of having to threaten with shit.
Because that's like that's another parallel, right?
Yeah.
Fix it yourself, right? Create your own solution. But you're almost trained to just have this repetition, right? Of just like I gotta eat. I can't think of anyone but myself because
it's literally the only thing that happens to your day. The only thing outside of your little cell that happens is this food delivery.
They dangle that carrot in front of you, right? So you're always chasing it. You're always trying to. It's super fucked up. Like if you watch this movie closely and try to run the parallels, maybe your own life or what you see in society or even on the news, you're gonna be like, "Fuck,
yeah,
what have we done?
We're so fucked because we're not making those portions for anyone."
Oh, there's no portions, man. Yeah. If that table's the planet Earth, like global war, we're gonna be living in bubbles underground. We're gonna be fighting for oxygen. Like you're gonna pray we get shot into space.
Fucking oxygen war #2.
Yeah, dude, the Earth's just gonna split in half, and the rich are gonna be on the fucking Elysium and shit. We're gonna be like, fuck.
You fucking love the rich living on Elysium.
That's the future.
Matt Damon will save us. He's been there before.
Matt Damon can't even be saving shit. Like,
hey man, he was smart enough to get the fuck out of this country. So
fucking X5723 Elon Musk's kid's gonna be running Elysium and shit, and he's gonna be like, "This is my favorite part when I nuke the poor people from space."
But I do it through some sick dope beats from my mom.
Yeah. And then it's gonna fucking wreck all this side of the planet, and the other side's gonna start growing and shit, and they're gonna send Tom Cruise on a bubble to fly over there, and he's gonna be like, "Whoa, man, the fucking planet's healing itself."
But really, it's just Ultra or fucking Unicron. We've just been living on Unicron the whole fucking time. Dude, like, boo! Fucking nuke it all.
Yeah, then he transforms. We're all on Mars and shit. I'm trying to get my ass to Mars.
Why? So you can die there?
No, I don't want to die here like a bitch. I'm dying on Mars like a fucking champ.
Fucking champ made it.
What'd you do, man? I was out there in the mining colonies of Mars, and that fucking Elysium kid blew up the whole fucking Earth, and then Unicron showed up and ate Jupiter. Now the planets are all fucked up. Man, we got no future. Got any oxygen?
Also, there's a lot of ghosts on this goddamn planet for some reason. What the fuck?
Got a lot of cat ghosts.
Whole cat ghosts. There's a lot
of planet smells like piss and ammonia.
Shit. Yeah, I think I got the cat shit crazies. I'm not gonna lie. I think I got them.
As I'm talking to a rock.
A rock that has blood on it because I bludgeoned someone to death on it.
Not the rock.
But not the rock. Like, yeah, no, he's definitely in the good. He's in Elysium. He's in Elysium. I mean, unless the XFL fails again, and then
he'll be up there with the fucking XFL and the two planet team they have.
He's like, we're the only fucking sport team that made it up here. Because I am the sole owner, me and my financial group,
of the XFL, and we only have 3 teams, and they're all named the fucking Raiders, the Toronto.
No, it's the Rock, that Rock 1, the Rock E, and the Rock 2. You're just like, Rock 1, Rock E, Rock 2. This sucks. Sucks so fucking bad. Well, better than the LA Wildcats, that's for damn sure. Let's go Wildcats! So. But so she's just like getting back to it. She's just like, we got to reach the people above too, so they can change as well. And he's just like, yeah, I can't. They won't. He's like, I can't do anything about that. She's like, why not? He's like, I can't shit upwards. So I like that line.
Yeah, there's like, in all honesty, like as heavy and kind of bleak feeling the movie is, there's some humorous parts. It's not like fucking knee slapper and shit, but you're kind of like, I needed that. Thank God you made some sort of light. You had a little bit of a light moment, and she just kind of looked at him like, all right, well.
Yeah, like when they were doing naked aerobics. It was just like unnecessary, but you're just like, it kind of just like breaks up seeing them just like in the brown jumpers the whole time.
It's a little bit of a sigh, right? You're kind of like, all right, there's still some sort of flashes of humanity and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, oh, that's some.
Sometimes too much of their humanity. Penis.
I I didn't get it, man.
Well, I just explained it.
You're a grown man. You can look at a dude like naked doing fucking a workout.
Yes,
and not
I can,
like,
Kevin. And maybe I fucking
everyone come here.
Maybe I hit the back 10 seconds button to see it again. All right, and that's between me
jokes.
and my fucking remote. Anyway, next day, things change though, because there's the platform rider, and she's not doing so good. So they gotta pull her off. He's like, you gotta help her, and
the rider's all fucked up, and they work together, but then the administrator, she drops her dog, and I was like, oh fuck, the dog's gonna be on the platform, and the administrator's gonna.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was just like, oh shit, she's gonna lose her mind when that fucking dog goes down. And those guys are just like, hey, is this your fucking dog? I'm eating it. This is not part of the portions.
I thought, I was like, dude, the dog's getting ate for sure. And I was like, I tried to call it, but I didn't want to call it. Don't hurt that dog.
I was like, not the dog. We care more about this dog than like all these other people. So
yeah,
which is usually the case. But no, the dog actually gets off, but he takes some food and he's eating it, and they're all getting super fucking cold. Like they're So and he's
the dude
like,
figures it out.
Dog. Yeah. Dog is hiding under the bed. He says, hey, listen, dude, she only feeds me every fucking other day. You used to tell me I was a fat wiener dog, okay? I came in a fat wiener dog. I'm going to leave a fat wiener dog.
No, I would have kicked him in the hole after that. I'd been like, you fucked up.
Yeah, I would have been like, sorry, dog, you fucked up. You're someone else's meal now.
Yeah, dude, look, we got rules here, dog, and you fucked them up.
You fucked them up, okay? Fucking 33 does not care that you're a dog, all right? I'm not going to die for you. So he takes the food, he just like throws it down. And then he gives the platform rider his bed, and he's just sleeping in the middle.
The administrator's camped out with a dog on her bed, and he's just fucking like, what in the fuck is going on?
He wakes up to a lot of screaming and...
Well, kind of like, before you get to that part, sprinkled throughout a lot of these interactions, Fry kind of has... the old man starts to visit him, right, mentally.
Oh, yeah.
Because he starts kind of having these breakdowns, and he's just like, fuck, man. The old dude's just like, he shows up. He's like, hey, man, what's up? I told you how it was going to be, and this is what you need to do, and think about this, and think about that. And he's just like, fucking shut up. He's like, maybe you should do this. Like, kind of all the negativity and shit, kind of pushing him back into that darkness when he's kind of getting positive, about as positive as he could be. And he kind of starts fantasizing about the platform rider chick, because she's like, she saved him, right? Like, that's like his like guardian angel in a way, because he's super fucked. He was like right on death's door, and she just like pulled him from the clutches. Right, of course. And and you're just kind of like, wow. So he's super conflicted. He's just constantly under attack by that, and that's like the one thing he's dragging with him. You just kind of see his, as he digresses and shit, just fucking craziness.
Yeah, and I liked how he's just like, you can go now, you're dead, I don't need to be talking to you. He's like, no, you killed me, I'm yours forever.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in your head, motherfucker, rent free.
Rent free. So he wakes up to platform rider she's killed the dog.
And they're screaming and fighting, and he's just like, what the fuck are you girls doing? Like 5 seconds, and like, that dog is not your baby. What the fuck? This is just like Three's Company, but with like a dog murder for the first fucking episode.
The dog murder and a lot of blood everywhere.
Fuck.
Yeah, and so she's just not
welcome in our cell anymore.
Yeah, not welcome. So the platform shows up, she gets on, she's like, I bid you adieu.
And the two guys down below are like, hey man, we've been doing the portion thing. Oh, you sent us some pussy, homie. We love you. And one guy's like,
this is part of our fucking portions. Yay.
One dude goes to grab like her tit or something, and she fucking samurai knife 3,000 them in the fucking. He's like, oh, I'm dead.
She's like, this is the plus. It gets sharper every time I fucking stab you with it. Okay.
And the other dude's like, dude, we're cool.
He's just like, hey, guys. I mean, I thought you were just gonna shit, not like murder us. So, can I eat or?
I would be like, I'm gonna sit on the toilet till she leaves.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm gonna just sit on my hands, just don't stab me, please. No, I think she killed both of them actually.
They don't really. They didn't show it, right? I just remember the other guy was like slumped over the table.
No, I'm pretty sure she killed both of them.
She probably did, man.
No. That's kind of her MO. She's like, if I kill enough of you,
yeah, she's playing the odds.
Yeah, exactly. She's running fucking hangover percentages in her head. She's just like, no, at least 15 more. And
the fucking administrator, she's wrecked, man. She's like, I can't. We're fucked, man. This sucks. Yeah. She's just destroyed by her dog. She's not making the change that she wanted, and he's trying to like keep her in high spirits, and then it's fucking gas time.
Yep. And man, I don't even remember what
floor they're on.
What floor are they in? Oh, 202.
Yeah.
They're 202.
Yeah, they're super fucked. Like they're beyond super fucked, right? Because the whole time you're only led to believe there's like 176 for the first one, and then he's pumping the administrator for more information. She's like, dude, there's 200 floors. I've seen it. Like, I know what it is. And then you're like, okay. And then you're like 202. You're like, no one knows how many floors.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, and the fact that, like, the scary thing, like the thing that like filled me with dread while watching this, which was the point of it, obviously, was when they were at 171 and no food showing up. You're just like, oh my god, and then now we're at 202.
Dude, that's the
like I was surprised a plate would show up. Like I thought people would be eting fucking silverware, you know?
Yeah, dude. Okay. That's exactly how I felt too, and I think the movie does a fantastic job of just like, we're showing you how hard it is to get by here. We gave you a little touch of success here, and now we got lower that you didn't even know the scale went to, and I'm just like, we're fucked. Everything's fucked. I don't know what the fuck. Oh god, nothing. There's nothing. Just give up. Just give up.
Just give the fuck up.
Because it's set up where you can't win. You try hard, you get as fucking high as you can, but you can get knocked back down in an instant.
Yeah, and so Fried, he is still a heavy sleeper. He had not learned his lesson on the sleeping.
Hey, dude, it's me too, man. Like that gas hits you, man. You don't know how.
Yeah, but everyone else is waking up before this motherfucker. Like everyone else is like waking up, doing their fuir wake up squats or something. You know, dude, wake up murders. It's just.
I'm with Fried. I need more sleep than most, so I'd probably be out too.
He wakes up, and the administrator chick, Imogori or something, which means royal. She has offed herself. She kicked apart her bed. I think in the lower levels the beds get shittier or something. I don't know.
That I believe.
So she has hung herself
with her bed sheets.
Yeah, and now he is seeing her ghost as well.
Yeah. She's like, I hung myself as a gift to you. You could feast on my body if you need to. So she didn't throw herself off a cliff or off into the hole like most people do. She kind of did him a solid in a really weird way.
Yeah, but my first thought was like, well, but you have terminal cancer.
Well, yeah, they didn't bring that back up. Like
good
cancer,
dude. I don't know. I mean, I guess he's got 6 months to find out.
You're fucked, dude. Like, what are you gonna do? Turn down cancer meat? Hell no. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna die.
Do you have any extra portions of the cancer meat? I really got a taste for it.
Listen, I think your picky ways would kind of like get you killed in the hole in the first 30 seconds.
I don't think I'm volunteering for the fucking hole, Kevin, to quit smoking and read a goddamn book. I think I'll just find time to do that in my own life, you know?
Dude, you don't have to bring a book. He chose a book.
Okay, I know, but I'm kind of walking it through as if I were this main character, and I just was like, oh, the hole sounds like a good place to get some shit done, you know?
No, man, he was eating parts of that book to fucking
he was
to not eat flesh.
Yeah, he goes as long as he can without eating her shit, and then one day he just kind of grabs a broken plate, and he's like, well, time to eat some rancid meat, and he starts cutting off her back, and
fuck it, dude. It's like, cut me a slice, bro. If I'm in the hole, because I think there's that
Kevin's first day, he's just like, who do I eat?
No, man. It's that survival instinct. You're not. Is bitch made as you're coming off right now? You're going to be in there. Like, I could see you just being like, just fucking covered in blood, just wearing your underwear and shit, just going, I fucking ate meat. I do it again.
Do it again.
Like, bro, I don't know. You're on level 2. You got the freshest shit right now.
Level 3's like, oh, dude, there's a lot of blood on here. Don't fucking complain.
There's a wedding cake. You didn't even take one bite. Like, there's tons of food.
Yeah, why? What was with the wedding cake? That was some fucking empty calories right there.
It's all like high grandioso stuff.
Well, and the crazy thing is that I think we kind of skipped on. So when he was on 33, we flash back to him at some point saying his favorite meal was escargot.
Oh, it's part of the interviews that cut back and forth.
So, and the old man kept calling him a little snail. So then he sees like the plate of escargot one day comes down.
That's way later, dude.
No, that was with the woman.
Was it?
Yeah, that was with the woman. So, because it was right after he just got done being called that.
I thought
they were showing them being cultivated before, after he was calling them.
I could have swore that was with the other part.
No. So, no, because the dog was there. The dog was there. Because I think I don't know. People ate them. It was with the woman, the administrator chick. But anyway, I like that. Like, I was like, so this is just a bunch of people's favorite fucking dishes. I was like, bunch of fucking assholes. They're like, fucking all meats, bro. I need the meats. I need the protes. Gotta get ripped. Gotta get ripped in the hole.
You're gonna be like, dude. The only thing you're doing is eating baked beans and ripping your pants.
Hey, I mean, however I rip it, okay?
And then everybody like 8 cell blocks are gonna be like, dude, stop eating those beans.
Dude, is the gas coming early? What the fuck?
Not that
like,
kind
maybe
of gas.
not, but you're gonna pass out.
You get it? It's joke about my asshole.
Joke about the fucking thunder down under in my pants.
I can't keep the food, but I'm keeping these glasses to throw at this motherfucker because he's down there.
Why does it rise and lower? I don't understand. This dude's got magic, bro.
That's not the only hole you're going to fear. You're going to fear this black hole in my butt. It's like, yeah, man, we get it. You're stinky.
We get it. Shut the fuck up. Just read your damn book. But, so he eventually eats her body, and now he's just like, then the gas comes, and he's just like, well, where will I end up next? Where am I?
So he's pretty broken after this, right? Yeah. Like he's literally he's on the ropes. I will say he's very.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna lose him, Dustin. But he wakes up on level 6.
Yeah, level 6. He is so fucking close, so high up, and his new guy that he's with is Barat, yeah, which is it's a spice. It's an Arabic spice. So used in the Middle East, Turkish, and Greek cuisines. So, and he has a rope. He picked a rope.
This motherfucker. I was like, hey man, only thing that could have topped that little fucking CrossFit rope you brought is maybe one that had a grappling hook or something.
Yeah, I was like.
Dude, but then you'd have the penises fucking up there to fuck it all up, so I guess it really didn't matter.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the fuck? Grappling? Is Batman coming? That's not Batman. Fuck this guy.
But then it also, the only thing maybe like a ladder or like, a gun to shoot that asshole for not grabbing the rope.
Can I have two? Can I have a gun? Can I have a rope gun? It's a gun with a rope on the end.
Just fucking Call of Duty head glitches ass when he pokes his head over and go, pop, bitch, you fucking asshole. You should have took the rope. That's right. I brought 2 things. I cheated.
Yeah. So his new cell block roomie goes crazy, starts talking. He's like, I've never been this high before. He's super pumped. He's like, I'm going to get there. He starts talking to level 5. Yeah. Level 5.
Listen,
this fucking guy.
Level 5 they're the 2 biggest assholes. It's like a fucking wife-husband couple.
Yeah. And listen, if I get locked in the hole, my wife's my cellmate, I'm fucking going down the hole.
Talk about double prison, everybody.
Like, we're both in hell? Who's raising the kids? I got to get out of here.
Dude, the state. But you're with her 24/7. You're eating the food, and she's just nagging you, dude, and nagging you. You're like, babe, what am I supposed to do?
Eat all that? Do you need the cake every day? Do you? I'll eat this whole goddamn cake in 5 fucking minutes.
I'll eat this whole fucking
that's literally what I would.
Cake. I don't even like coconut bit. I would eat every fucking bite.
I fucking hate every hair in this thing. Okay, it feels like I'm eating hair going down my throat. I'll fucking do it. Whoever requested the coconut cake is never gonna taste it. Okay. I would sit there. I would time myself every day. I got 30 days to beat my record and eat the whole cake in 5 minutes. I'm doing it.
Do you got it? You have to have every bite with your mouth open. How else am I supposed to bite it, honey? With my ass.
Listen, we got 5 minutes. You really want to start this now? You don't want to wait 5 minutes?
The table just leaves. You're like, oh great, we missed the platform. And I'm starving.
I just throw a fucking chunk. I'm just like, there. Now we're gonna burn to death. Thanks a lot.
You wanted this by breaking my fucking balls.
So you thought this would make us come together closer as a couple? That's why you signed us up for it? I didn't sign up for this shit. I got bagged and tagged in here.
You throw the salami. It goes down the whole, like, great, guess we're not going to die from the cold. This sucks. I pray to God they take us to the
I'm just holding on to food each time. I'm just like, what's the temperature? Oh, it's the cold one. Oh, thank God. Just give me 5. Just give me 5, please. Just give me 5. I
can finally sleep. She just has a bug that had to nag your husband like hardcore in the hole.
I'm like, that's what you brought? I brought a fucking dart gun, and you brought that.
Why should freaking duck? I haven't brought hot sauce.
Dart people.
I gotta put hot sauce to some of this food so I can taste it.
That's why Kevin just brought Frank's. He's just like,
the cooks are just like, dude, there's an asshole in 6 that keeps putting fucking hot sauce on everything. That's fucking disrespectful.
And when it gets to fucking 7, guess what? There's hot sauce on everything. No one eats anything. And everyone's got massive shits when they do.
Can I get some more tapatio on this? It doesn't go on everything, fucker. It doesn't.
The head chef guy finds out. He's like, put him on 202. That'll fucking teach him.
Put him on 0. Put him on floor 0 so I can slap his ass.
So I can throw his ass all the way to the bottom of the pit. Okay?
There's another scene. Speaking of Hell's Kitchen, when the culinary chefs are in there, there's this prize dessert. And I think does that happen later when there's like a hair on it?
Yeah, it's somewhere around. I can't remember when it happens exactly. Yeah, it's somewhere before we get to them dealing with it. But yeah, it's where the fuck?
It's a panna cotta.
Panna cotta, yeah.
It's like that's they put a lot of representation into that, but like one of the chefs do the basically the food inspector guy is just fucking there's a fucking small hair on it and he's holding up to the
we don't hear any like what I like is we don't hear anyone talk. And
no, it's just
So.
And he's holding it to their head. Is this your fucking hair, you bitch?
Did you ever see Ratatouille? He checks all of them to see if they have a rat under their hat controlling them, and then he finds the fucker that does.
That's why I didn't watch Ratatouille.
And then he just fucking lights his ass up.
Yeah, I thought they were probably in the hole somewhere.
Yeah, no, he did. He woke up and he was just like, God damn it! You put me on 2:30. This motherfucker. But yeah, so our new cellmate,
rope.
He convinces 5 to grab the rope.
Oh wait, hold on. Like there's a lot of he's literally kind of begging, right? So it keeps with that whole motif of like I'm above you, I don't need you, so fuck you, which is kind of a horrible way to be and think. And as the movie proves, is because it's so fleeting for you to have that advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And then they bring up religion.
Well, yeah, he's like, oh, God sent me. My God said I'd run into you and you'd help me and do all this. He's like, well, what God do you worship? He's like, man, the one and only. And he's like, yeah, well,
like the one true God. He's just like, what will make you grab the rope?
Yeah, exactly. And so he's very outgoing. He's not threatening. He's very he's very like kind of welcoming. But it's just like. But they're such assholes.
You're such assholes.
And I get it. Like, what's that going to do? So he's literally trying to get everyone to buy into his system. If we get to the top, maybe we can change something. We can do something. Like, it all starts at the top. If we get the upper echelon.
Like, they undercook my fucking steak one more time.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm climbing up here.
I get what he's trying to do. Yeah, you kind of get the symbolism for it. And he's like, hey, get to the top. We can change it at the top. We can change everything. It'll roll downhill. But the people at the top, just like in the real world, they don't care because why? They're at the top. They don't care. Why should they give a shit about?
Even if they're one level above you, they don't care.
Exactly, and you see it in everyday life. And so they do great. The couple that they do a great way of just being a shitty couple, right?
Yeah, they're so shit. Like you just see them, and you're just like, I instantly wanted to punch the guy. He was like, "Hey, buddy, shut up."
Yeah.
He's just like, "Shut up."
He's so dismissive and nonchalant about it. He's just like they're kind of just repulsive people, right? In the small time you get to meet them, and Rope's kind of telling Fried like, "Hey, man, like this is what I'm trying to do," and the Fried's kind of like, all right, I just came off some weird shit. I gotta chill in this one, and. The couple finally takes the rope, and he's like, fuck yeah. He's like, peace out, brother. I see you. I'm about to go up here. I'm going to make a difference. He's kind of like, what are you going to do when you get up there? He's like, I'm going to convince the next fucking run and the next one and the next one. This is the closest I've ever been. We can make a change. Yes, we can. And he gets to use the upper body, man. He starts pulling him up. I was like, dude, you should at least brought a rope with some knots on there. But and then he's pulling up. And what do they do, Dustin? They disrespect this man in the most vile way.
He does kind of tap out at one point where I'm just like, come on, dude, come on, just pull yourself up. He's like, help me. And then she's like, I'll help you. And she shits in his face.
Shits in his face, dude.
I hated them for it, but I still laughed because I was not expecting shit.
I was not expecting
it was ass to face, everyone.
Dude, she didn't miss,
dude. He fucking falls, and you're like, oh shit, this guy's dead, but he barely fucking makes it.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking Fried just barely grabs him and saves him from fucking falling from 7 down to his death of whatever.
And I will say, he does not. He sells this shit turd on his face. Like,
oh yeah.
He like I think in any other, I don't know, for some reason I just feel like if that happened, somebody would just like wipe it and start cussing or yelling. But like he was kind of like
repulsed. He was repulsed.
He was repulsed. He was demoralized. It took the wind out of his sails because
he knows now he can't. Like he's so fucked. Close. He's not going to get to. They're not going to pop him up to 2 next month or anything like that.
Yeah,
like,
the odds are against you. Like
that was his chance. They fucked it. He dropped his rope. He has to wait till the next month to get the rope back.
Do they like? That's another thing that's kind of unknown or explained because I don't know if that's a thing because Platform Rider, what was her thing? She just always kept she kept the fucking Ginzu knife that the old dude had.
I think you get to keep whatever's on your level with you.
You just get to keep like his item.
Like he didn't get to like his book just kept appearing. Like it wasn't. I
assume when they gas you, they take it all up with you. Like whatever you have is whatever you have, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they just were like, okay, she has a knife right now. This is her knife now.
That's her. That's her item. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's real demoralized. They have to listen to him have gross sex, and they're just kind of eating a little bit. He finally convinces the guy just to kind of eat. He throws him like an apple. Like the guy is like done. He quits. He doesn't even try to eat.
Yeah, this was his all or nothing, and he fucking busted, flatlined, and that he was just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So Fried kind of tries to start bringing him out of that, right? Just kind of like, hey man, I've been thinking of this, thinking of that, and then he kind of pitches in the gimmick. He's like, what about this, dude? He takes kind of almost everything he's learned while being in the hole and applies it to his own ideology and presents it to Rope, right?
Yeah.
And the Rope
and we forgot one point when he was by himself this last month, he was counting. He was counting the platform.
Yeah, he was
how long
the intervals. The intervals, how it passed, when it passed, because once the platform did its rounds, like I said, it would go to the very bottom and it would just rocket back up at like lightning speeds, right?
Yeah.
And he's counting off hours, and he's counting off the times.
And he's just like, he's like, by my count, there's 250 levels. He was like, let's go down the levels, and we'll keep, like, we'll ration the food. We'll show them that, this is the way you have to do it for everyone to get fed, and it'll work,
Right.
And he's just like, okay. He's like, fuck it, I'm in. So
we're gonna need weapons.
Yeah, we're gonna get weapons. So they break apart their bed, and they get these beat sticks, and they get ready for beating. So, and then the platform comes down to them. They jump down. The fucking shitty couple is just like, you guys are fucking crazy and stupid.
Yeah, because why are you giving up?
I wish we could beat your asses.
Why are you giving such a sacred spot up for like a stupid idea? So they're giving up everything that they have to basically get everyone else in the tower to buy in on this.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like, it's insane. Really, kind of, even in their world, and most of the time in the real world too. Like, you're not. Yeah. How much do you really going to give up of your own life and what you get, eat, take in, income to help everybody else? You know.
Yeah, exactly. So they go down to that first level, and they just start yelling. I was like, dude, start talking, saying, hey, we're coming down or something. But they were like, he's just like, fucking back away, because his thing is, he's just like, hey, man. He's like, rope, calm down, okay?
Yeah.
Pride's like, no one in the first 50 levels gets to eat, because he knows they have enough. They're eating every day. Yeah, they've eaten every day, and so they can skip this day. Like, this is not their day.
And I like that part too, because I kind of didn't think about that myself, and I was just like, well, he's just going to go down and right. And he's like, no, man, we got to make sure all this food lasts at those lower levels. So I was like, fuck, that's brilliant. And people come down, they're like, what the fuck is this? He's like, hey, man, fuck off. He's just like, what?
Yeah, he's just like, fuck off, stand the fuck back. And they just start knocking heads.
Yeah, they're dude, people
like, and I was like, oh,
this
man,
is actually pretty great.
Cool. Yeah.
So what this kind of does for me, it kind of reinvigorates you, right? You've kind of been beaten down, and you're just like, fuck, man, this movie's such a downer. God damn, it's just so real life. I want to fucking throw myself off a fucking hole. And when you see them kind of get this, just something to kind of live for, and I got real excited. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. What are they going to do? And then I see them doing it. I'm like, oh, they're killing it right now. This is great. They're just, motherfuckers are going for pineapple clusters. He's like, crack, you're going to touch that shit.
Yeah, they're just like,
blood and food are flying everywhere.
They're just like, the thunk is so great, because you're just like, oh, man, they really don't care that they're crippling or killing these people.
No, because
they're just like, this is our one and only chance. We don't give up.
Exactly.
You play by the rules now, the new rules, or you get the fucking head club rules.
And you're probably wondering, hey, what does the administration think about this? They don't care. The only real rules to the whole are just the rules of the whole. Is basically kind of the controlling of the food, right? Yeah. And just that fucking class war that they kind of create when it comes to controlling those resources. And when these guys kind of stick it to the system and kind of adopting their own fucking wild west here, it's just smooth sailing. The platform doesn't care. It just keeps going down and down. And I love the way it's shot, because it's just these little interesting, it's almost like these quick cuts of them just rocking people in the fucking head. Just like boom, boom, boom.
It only takes one. They don't really have to rock two people. Yeah, like one person tries, the other person's like, I'm gonna wait and see how this plays out.
It's very comic book panel to me. Like, they go down, you see the comic panel, you see one dude's head just snap back and like blood and like fucking pineapples fly, and the other dude's like,
they pineappled that one chick so bad. She was like, I'm gonna do it. They were like, fuck you, old lady. Boom.
No, dude, she's like, they're like, hey man, back off, you can eat tomorrow. And the dude's like, yeah man, we're going to ration this for the people. And they were like, she was like, fuck you. And she picked up like a lobster claw. And then
she was just like, I'm eating lobster today. And they were just like, no, you ain't. You're going to eat nothing with your fucking jaw now. Boom.
You're going to eat chiclets.
Yeah.
Bloody chiclets.
You better hope they fucking send down a milkshake tomorrow. Boom.
I was like, going, gone. Fucking cranked her right in the dome. It is pretty violent, and I shouldn't be laughing, but it was just
it's a good like break, and they run into some people that
this part
Rope
I was
knows.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh man, how dedicated are you, Rope? And he's just like, come on, man. You know, he's like, they helped me out last month. Can't we give them something? He's like, no, not until we're past 50. Everyone on the first 50 have for sure fucking eaten.
Yeah.
And he's just like, sorry, man. You want to fucking get clubbed? Like,
but that's
make
the
a
thing.
move.
And then what they do is they evolve again, right? The dude's just like, listen, why don't you try to use some dialogue first? Present this to the people.
No. I was talking about the first people. Yeah. So then they get to the second one, and there's this wheelchair guy, and they're just like, "Are we about to kill a wheelchair guy? Like, how did a wheelchair guy get in here?"
But Rope had
like,
him. Rope
he's
knew
like,
this
he's a
guy.
holy
Yeah.
man. So.
And he's
like,
wise.
And he does what I said. He was like, you gotta try talking to him first. You can't just lead with you can't lead with the club. You gotta talk first.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like, show them why you're fighting. Show them what you're standing for. Show them, and you could win people over. You could have more allies in this that are more willing to participate. It's kind of they kind of have like the grassroots of a rebellion, right? Because they're pushing against the status quo and what's the norm, and he's like, and also, use some manners. Stop standing in the fucking spaghetti, bro.
Fucking food. Yeah, I was just like, damn, guys, you didn't clear the shit away. You just like jumped on, or like ride or die. I was like,
fuck you, Dustin. This table's packed.
It's packed. I mean, it is very packed. I was like, come on, dude. You know there ain't room.
So you could have like double stacked some plates and be like, hey man, we get it. These are all salads, whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and he's just like, send them a message. He was like, take one of their pristine fucking just Michelin star dishes and send that fucker back up.
Like, we ain't eating this shit. We ain't taking your shit no more. You can eat a dick.
Yeah, you could take this pentacata and
it looked delicious.
Put all the hair on it you want. We ain't eating it. Yeah, it did look good. I mean, all the food looked good. That was the point, though.
Of course. I mean,
like, I don't eat lobster, but that lobster looked good. I was like, I guess.
Dude, you're in the hole. You're eating some lobster.
Yeah, if I'm in the hole and I'm at fucking level 7, I'm eating lobster every day. I'm either racing to eat that cake or I'm eating lobster. Maybe I'm alternating. Maybe I succeed on the cake on like, day 20, and I'm like, all right, now I got time to fuck with some lobster.
Well, that's the day you find out you're allergic to shellfish.
And I'm just like, she's like, see, told you should have chewed with your mouth shut. And I'm just like, fucking, I brought an EpiPen. That was the one thing I brought. She's like, I used it. I'm just like, what?
This truly is the hole.
Fucking, don't eat me. She's like, oh, I'm going to.
You're all next like month. Bloated and swollen from the fucking lobster. Just kicks you down the hole.
I'm just like, huh? They're just like, is he got an allergy? She's like, yeah. Can we eat him? I don't give a fuck. Cool. Allergic.
Sucking wiener kick. She's like, what's that mean? Whatever.
I'm just like, sounds like we got the same allergy.
Welcome to Marriage Island. Who will survive?
No one survives Marriage Island.
We take couples from different lengths of marriage and put them together on an island and make them do uncomfortable, embarrassing shit to see who gets divorced. It ends up a divorce island.
We already covered that movie.
That's true.
Did we? Yeah, the honeymoon phase. We already covered that.
This was Divorce Island.
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone's goal is divorce. Like, if your goal is just divorce, I wouldn't go on Divorce Island, the game show.
No, dude, you were on Marriage. Well, I don't know, someone that doesn't listen. You're on Marriage Island, and we make you do all the Divorce Island. Because that's where you get exiled to, is Divorce Island. And if you can get your shit together, you could get your ass off Divorce Island. You could make it back for the finals.
The TV audiences voted. So we voted that you get a divorce, please, for everyone's sake.
They do it on Twitter. Like, you guys are an ugly couple, divorce.
I'm just like, oh, harsh.
Harsh, but true. The next couple.
But maybe we're cute with each other. They're just like, yeah, ain't.
Bullshit excuse, divorce. You're like, damn.
I'm just like, man, fucking Marriage Island sucks.
Bad attitude, divorce. It's just her. It's your wife filling it all out.
Read all of these.
You're like, bro, that's you doing this?
Oh, I wasn't supposed to? Oh.
I just want to go to Divorce Island. They got better tiki huts.
They fucking made me get a Twitter account. Figured I'd use it for the first time ever. Can I get a retweet? No, God, no. Fuck no.
Yes, I'm leaving.
Easy. But, yeah, so they have their message now. They have the Pentacata.
They have something to basically get behind, right? The real middle finger to the establishment. And then the next scene that comes up kind of made me go, oh shit, guys. Oh, fuck, this isn't looking good.
Mission about to be fucked. They get two of the roughest, toughest dudes in the hole.
I will say
they are murderizing the platform rider chick. So
this dude, one of the two guys that they roll up on, the platform chick is literally bitten off more than she can chew. This guy's got like a fucking katana, and it's not some, hey man, wouldn't it be sweet if I had a katana? It's like this guy knows how to use it.
Yeah. He's like, I watched every single Zatoichi movie. Okay.
No, dude, he is Zatoichi because
he's like, I'm Zatoichi with fucking eyes. Bring it. They're just like, what?
Confusion? So you're just like a guy with a sword? He's like, that's right.
Like a sword guy, then, right? Oh yeah.
And they get
real in touch with my shit.
They get in this huge fucking melee, and there's fucking blood flying everywhere. Dudes are getting stabbed, and shit's flying blood. I will admit,
Fried looks like his eyes are about to pop out. He's got a crimson fucking mask. Who knows whose blood it is? Probably his own. Probably coming from his eyeballs.
Because he sees the platform rider chick, and he kind of loses. He kind of goes off script, and his rope's like, "Hey man, what the fuck?"
He's like, we gotta help her. And he's just like, with what? Do I club her? Are we still clubbing? Are we doing the clubbing?
Yeah. Real impromptu.
What are we doing?
And like, this is the only part of the movie where everything gets really frantic. I almost couldn't tell what was going on at times.
Well, it's kind of bullshitted. So, because
it's just bodies and blood, and you're like, all of a sudden, Fry's getting his ass choked, and someone gets decapitated. And
rope gets cut
like twice. Like,
twice. And you're just like, oh, that's an artery. And then the next thing you know is the guy that's strangling fucking Fried to death, just his head pops off. And you're just like, oh.
Yeah, because Rope and Samurai are fighting, and then he's like controlling his swing. He fucking deflects his swing, and he's like, dude, I thought you had my back, and he got his head chopped off.
Yeah.
So our two protagonists, they make it out of this fucking skirmish. Platform rider is all fucked up.
She's dead.
She got stabbed like 80 times.
The Pentacada's okay, but they got to get back. They got to hustle back on this platform.
The platform is leaving, right?
And now they've just exerted themselves.
They're fucked, right? They're literally bleeding out. They're trying to hold each other, just like fucking wrecked. And you keep going down lower and lower in platforms. You see cannibalism. You see people murdered. People have killed themselves.
Well, and they finally and that's the fucked up part. We're not even past level 50 yet. So they still have to tell off more fucking people, and then they have to get past level 50 and start rationing. And they're trying to at least now they got a samurai sword and a lot of attitude. But like you can just see how just broken in spirit they are at this point, because they're not even like, they're in to distribute the food. They're just kind of like throwing morsels at people. People are still trying to be like, oh fuck yeah, a bunch made it down here, I'm eating all of it. And they're just like, no man, you are not.
Yeah,
because now we got a sword. Now we're just gonna start fucking poking eyeballs, okay? Like, and we do not give a fuck.
They're in the ghettos now, right? So they're in the ghetto. They're in the poorest of the poor neighborhood kind of thing. They're in the lowest of the low people, and they're trying to ration this food out. And then you kind of see, before it gets like too bleak, you see a couple of items like the guys in the kiddie pool get thrown like that, all that watermelon or fruit or whatever.
They get thrown. A chunk of watermelon. They start just going at each other. They're naked in a kiddie pool, trying to get this watermelon. I was like, dude, throw them 2 chunks. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. I mean, watermelon.
You're inciting riots in this kiddie pool.
Hey, man, they were probably like, ideally, you're kind of like, hey, now we're running out of what we're running out of because we didn't really plan for all this. It's going deeper than we had guessed. You see like a bunch of carnage on different cells, and I like the one. There's like half of a body where the platform went up and cut someone in half.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, dude. It's like, it's super like in your face, but you're just kind of, dude, there's so much symbolism here. And you're just like, fuck, this is so, it's kind of, it depressed me because I was like, shit,
no,
dude.
For sure. Well, especially the most depressing part is when they get to an empty floor and it doesn't stop. And Rope's like, dude, if both people are dead, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Your count is off.
Yeah, so we don't
have enough food.
And that's another twist in the story because the hole don't have no rules. You're trying to figure out the rules to the hole. It just keeps fucking like, no man, it was this the whole time. You're like, fuck, you swerved me, but you didn't. You just didn't. Fuck. You think you know, but you got no idea. Just like that show on MTV, True Life.
What? I don't think that's it, but okay. Yeah, so and then they just keep writing, and they just get to the point where they basically just only have the Pentacada, and now they gotta ride further than they thought, and they have no food, and they are just hunched over, just broken and beaten, and then they get to level 333. Because mostly they don't stop towards the lower ends. I like that one guy that brought a bunch of money though.
Yeah, I like that too. Very cool visuals with that stuff.
Well, and then they just throw him like the last morsel they have, and the guy just makes it rain. He's just like, "Ooh, fuck it, was like buddy."
A fucking baby back rib or something.
Yeah, he was just like, "I want my baby. Fuck this money."
Is this Chili's? I'll just die.
He eats it. He's just like, fucking Chili's is better. The fucking head chef hears it. He's just like, what? Who made the ribs today?
Bring him up to 0 so I can slap him.
Bring him up. Bring him up. He gets another 2 months on his time. They're like, he's going to die of food poisoning because that was really cold and bad by then.
Dude, you'd suck the fucking stank off that rib.
Oh, yeah. No, he's definitely eating some marrow. So probably getting the marrow shits too, but whatever.
His body's just gonna be. Is this what food is?
Is this what food is? Oh, we can't handle marrow right now. You are gonna poop this out
because you don't know what his position was last month.
Yeah. So
we made it, dude.
They make it. They make it to 333, and you could clearly see when the platform leaves at this later on in the scene that is definitely the last floor. But they get off because they're just like, why did we stop? We stopped. What the fuck?
Because there's like an abyss. Like you look down below and there's this darkness. And
he sees a kid.
Little girl.
He sees a little girl hiding under a bed. And he's just like, oh my God, she's real. There really is a kid here. And she's on the fucking bottom of the platform. Oh my God. And they're stumbling, like they're broken, they're bleeding, they're fucked up, like they're crawling basically to like get to this kid, and the kid's just like, oh shit, this is what I've been in fear of the entire time I've been in here, oh shit. And they're just like, oh my God, are you okay? Like they're just trying to check on her, and she's obviously scared, and then the platform leaves. And they're just like, fuck, we got the Pentacada. Oh, fuck, we're fucked. We have fucked up we got to the bottom and we fucked up our mission. And then they realize nothing's happening. The Pentacada's okay. They're okay to keep it. And Spice is like, you know what? Give it to her. She's hungry. She's a little girl. Like, fuck the message.
Wait, who? Give Spice?
The food. I mean, Fried. Yeah. Well, the other guy's Spice.
The other guy's Rope. We called him Rope. We've called him Rope for like 30 minutes.
I got confused for a second, okay? God damn it, Kevin. Get off my fucking nuts. You're killing the momentum I had here. You dick.
I got confused. I was like, what's Spice?
Well, thank you. The audience probably was too. Anyway, Fried, he's like, give her the Pentacada, and they just watch her eat it, and she eats it like a delighted child getting a treat, and I did appreciate that. Like that, she wasn't just like, being crazy. She was just like a little kid with a treat, you know? And it was very good, just like symbolism and stuff. And then he starts hallucinating again. He's seeing everyone, and he sees Rope, and Rope's like, she's the message. She's the message now. And he's just like, yeah. And so he wakes up and he's just like, hey, fucking Rope. Oh, that's why I was seeing you. You're dead. I'm now shouldering your death as well. Because Rope, took that stab to the gut, and he bled the fuck out,
Yeah.
And so the platform finally comes down again the next day, and he's just with the little girl. He's just petting her hair and stuff, and he rides the platform down with her, and she just kind of falls asleep on his lap, and he's just stroking her hair, like I guess a parent would do, or a dog owner. He's just like,
just trying to comfort her.
Yeah, exactly. And so she just falls asleep, and he's just like, again, he's like, she's the message. She's the message we send up. And he looks out, and there's There's the old
guy.
man. The old man's just like, hey man, it's time to go. It's time for you to get off the platform. You're not the message. You were just the messenger. You're here to get the message up there. And so he just leaves her, and he's just like, fuck, and he starts talking to the guy, and they pick up kind of more of where they left off after that first month. And he uses his word. He's like, hey, you said you wouldn't use that, and he's just like, oh yeah, even in death you're still using it. And they just walk away, and then the platform just shoots up,
resets, back to zero.
Resets. And he's just like, you think she'll make it? And he's just like, she'll make it. They'll get the message. And then that's it. Peace out. Movie just shows you her going up. That's all you see.
It's a real middle finger to capitalism and socialist systems, basically.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, oh, did you want to see her get to the top? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's not.
You want to know what's down there with him? Fuck you. It's not the point of the movie.
Yeah, it's not really the point, right? It's like the journey, right? Not so much the ending.
Yeah.
Or so the destination, I guess, if you want to say.
Yeah.
I mean, is she the young one? Is she the new idea? Is she going to change, this old hierarchy, this old system? You know what I mean? Like, it's all these, I don't know, man, just ideas that just are presented so great in this movie of just the symbolism of the world and how we're all set up and just these structures and classes and just a lot of things are so fucking broken that we live with day in and day out. And how do you fix it? You know what I mean? What do you do? How can you change it? How do you fight against this? How do you take their rules and change it so everyone can prosper, right?
Yeah.
Where's like a universal like healthcare, universal pay? You know what I mean? Like how are we going to be like, you know what I mean? It's just the haves and the have-nots.
Well, because then it shows why it's so difficult to accomplish those things is because if you have to rely on everyone to get together and agree, not everyone is going to.
Oh yeah, because like
people that have stuff don't want to give it up. They're like, no, this is my shit. I'm not giving it up.
Yeah. What are you gonna do for me? What do I get out of it? It's like, dude, you already have it.
Tax haven.
Yeah, you already have everything. What the fuck do you need more?
Yeah.
Why can't you share what you have so we can all like, I don't know, man. It's just I guess I can't really imagine watching this movie and not grasping that concept.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you got to remember every person that's viewing is going to be different. And some people are just going to focus on, the whole and the fantastic nature of that. I mean, they should get because it's just hammers you over the head. I mean, the exposition, I don't particularly like exposition anytime, but like at least for this, it made sense of like how the fuck else are you going to establish this shit?
Right, because
you just unfortunately had to have it. So
yeah, like it wasn't egregious for that because I was like, you know what, it's this fantastic idea of a world we're in. We don't know the rules, so he did it very sparingly and he did it with enough intrigue where he just didn't give you every fucking thing, or you're just like, oh, I guess I really don't have to watch the movie now. I get it. He just did it enough where you're just like, are those his character motivations, or is he trying to say something more, right? So it's just kind of how you interpret it. Like you said, like if I'm a regular moviegoer and I don't care, I just want to watch a movie that has these fantastical horror type creepy elements in it. Let me watch this. Is this like Saw? What am I watching? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that could bring in like normal people. I mean, I guess I don't know. It worked on me when I saw the trailer.
Normies.
Yeah, when I saw it's like not gatekeeping or anything, but when I saw the trailer, I just like stuff like this. It's interesting. It does. I think it's 2DLK. It's a Japanese movie. I always bring it up because it's the best representation that I can ever think of telling a story in one location with two characters, and I think that's incredible to do because how do I hold your attention for that time? And this movie kind of does the same thing while it does get the playground of going up and down with the platform as being like the device. Mm-hmm. It's still very centrally located within the whole, right? And it's not like there's great massive, switches in location or set pieces,
Yeah.
So it still kind of keeps that, and which also makes it also kind of sad and more barren feeling. And you're just like, fuck, this is the world we live in. God, take me now.
Hey, you just jumped down the hole.
Yeah, dude. And But yeah, what did you think of this?
It was
The whole / the platform.
I prefer La Plataforma. That's my preferred title for it. No, it was enjoyable. Yeah, I mean, I don't shy away from. I enjoy movies like this as well at times. I mean, I don't think this movie was perfect. I do think
No.
his character motivation, unfortunately, just due to the way that it's shown, and knowing it's based off of a play. Like if it was a play, it'd make more sense to have these hard shifts in his character, because that's how plays work a lot of the times. They're like shortcutting that experience of like, okay, we're gonna tell you this one thing happened, and that's what changed their personality. And in this, they're at least kind of like showing it, and then it happens. But just how quickly he kind of like threw away his ideologies and then kind of slowly regained them. I don't know. It's just something about that didn't like strike me in the right way, I guess. But I still really enjoyed the concept. I really enjoyed the final act, even if it wasn't perfect either. And it's still like a movie I would definitely recommend, even if you like, and you should feel kind of hit over the head with the message, but only in the way of like I hope you're fucking getting it, like I hope so, because I mean the reason you're being hit over the head with the message is because this entire thing is fucked up. Like it's showing you it's fucked up from the top to the bottom. So like,
yeah, and it's real.
Better get
right?
the message. Yeah. So
this
is just a gruesome visualization of it.
Yeah, it's real life. It's kind of in your face, but it's just told in this fantastic way that kind of maybe numbs it or dulls it down a little bit. But if you look for the comparisons, of course it's going to be there. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I was happy I did enjoy it, because it's real hit or miss of what this could have been. Is it like The Cube, where you're like, oh, this is kind of fun, and then it hits this weird, what's going on? This is too long. The message is kind of like muddled, worse.
Why do we make 6 of these?
Yeah, where it turns into like we're just looking for the traps, and kind of basically your whole, like the narrative gets kind of just jacked. I do see what you're saying with his motivation. The only thing I could just place it to, almost like the characters that he meets kind of grow and change his motivations. Like he's affected by them, and I think that's kind of really with the limited exposure and everything. I think that's the only time you get to do those things. Because there's not a lot of options for him to grow and change, but he kind of embodies his original idea, where he does get a little derailed, but I think when he meets the Rope character, he kind of brings him back in, but kind of gives him something to use that goodness for in his heart. His what did he say? You have a happy heart or something like that. It's going to get you in trouble. You have a kind heart or something.
Yeah, kind heart.
The old guy told him. But yeah, it's on Netflix. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. If you want to take a time out from depression or sad movies or just like heavy movies, maybe not. Maybe go watch something else.
Go watch like The Guest House, I guess, and then like come back and watch this and be like, my God, why did they tell me to watch The Guest House before this? I'm double depressed.
What a
fucking
assholes.
assholes. Did they watch anything that's not depressing? Fuck.
Yeah.
So
that's it, man. The platform, Netflix, 2019. Check it out. It's worth your time. Anything else, Dustin?
No, that's it. You can follow us on Us Versus Movies on Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to us on whatever your favorite podcast platform is, or you can just go straight to the source, which is buzzsprout.com. And otherwise, you can subscribe also on the YouTube, not YouTube, but the YouTube. It's the same thing. And we thank you for listening.
See you later.